It's your boy, Bobby Lamb, because we streaming. Okay, so first things first, I just want to talk about CARTI real quick because he was performing at Rolling Loud last night. And then we'll play Halo, do not worry. Do I know who KC is? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. He had the KT interview and he might have a CARTI feature. So speaking of CARTI, again, he was at Rolling Loud yesterday and he had vampire horns on, if you did not see. Looking like, I don't even know if that's Dracula, because Dracula don't have horns, so he looks like a demon vampire hybrid. But what this tells me is he ain't a narcissist anymore. I posted this on Twitter. You already got my opinion, kinda, but I like to explain myself further on stream. But not that I'm saying Whole Lotta Red Deluxe is coming, because I don't think he's gonna ever do deluxes, at least while everybody else is doing it, because CARTI got to be different, right? But I do think that this means he's still in the Whole Lotta Red branding, and it goes along with his PlayBoiCarti.com, where he took off Narcissist Tour, or made it smaller, and the emphasis is on King Vamp. So he's still rocking with Whole Lotta Red. So I think all in all, what's happening is CARTI after Whole Lotta Red, and it got a lot of backlash at the very beginning. And maybe the streams weren't doing very well until the tour, because I feel like CARTI has a lot of performance type music, like very hype, but you know, when you're with your mom driving to school in the morning, that ain't cutting it, you know? So I feel like he was not as confident as he was before. Or no, he's not as confident as he is now, so that's why he like wanted to rebrand or start the next era of Narcissist. But now he realizes that Whole Lotta Red, people still fucking with it heavy. So maybe after a couple tour stops, he was like, damn, they really loving Whole Lotta Red, because maybe if people weren't jumping around doing mosh pits to the songs he just released, he'd be like, okay, let's figure out some new songs to drop so that I can hype people up again, maybe get some more chances to make some bangers or classics. So that's all I gotta say. Whole Lotta Red horns, similar to like Whole Lotta Red V2 when those pictures came out where he had like the pink jacket on, or maybe it was red but like different filter on it. He ain't dropping until late 2022 possibly. Shit, I keep saying this, I want bro to be featured on Uzi's album, and then he can do whatever he wants. Just give Uzi his hype back, because I feel like CARTI's still got that hype. Like, I'll drop Uzi videos, right? And I have a predominantly Uzi and CARTI fan base. However, just I feel like Pink Tape doesn't really have like a narrative behind it. There's not, like, of course Pink Tape we're hyped for, but it's not like the anticipation of Eternal Take and Whole Lotta Red, because Uzi just dropped 3 times in 2020. So, you know, when Pink Tape drops, if CARTI's on it, the hype is there, because some of the hype for the projects, even Whole Lotta Red, Uzi said he was on track 3 and 16. Maybe he was, because Cartier, but I think that was recorded after. I don't know when that was recorded. But part of the anticipation for Whole Lotta Red was for Uzi, especially since they were on Twitter, like going back and forth. They ended their beef and whatnot, all before Whole Lotta Red. CARTI got more hype than Uzi right now. That's what I'm saying. Uzi, no matter what, is like a GOAT. He's an icon. But CARTI's like a fashion and cult and performance icon. Uzi had that like 2-3 years ago, but maybe that's just because it's like recency bias. Uzi can get it back. He just needs some like fresh songs that you know, are bangers undeniably. Even though CARTI gets a lot of hate, but still, like, honestly, here's another thing. Maybe it's just the Uzi fan base got diluted a little bit, and it has nothing to do with Uzi himself. It's because Uzi went more mainstream. Eternal Take, a bunch of people were listening to it. It got like 300 something K, right? So his cult like following that he had, because it was definitely very similar to CARTI's, maybe even stronger at one point or another, because his SoundCloud was going crazy, and he has more hits than CARTI, technically speaking, like on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. And so now that his fan base is more diluted, it just doesn't go as crazy for all of his music as it once did. Cause I mean, Demon High, right? It was like an emo rap song type shit. Even though the second verse was actually hard when the 808s broke down. But Carti dropped At Me, and that was a similar single release that maybe wasn't affiliated with Whole Lotta Red, similar to how Demon High, we don't know if Uzi's gonna affiliate with Pink Tape. Like I could see very well a high chance that Uzi doesn't use Demon High as a single for Eternal Take, because it just did not do well as as well as he thought. So it wasn't like that single, you know what I mean? I fuck with Demon High because it was new and different from what he usually does. Is it new though? It just sounded like some old emo rap, like some Juice WRLD shit, but like not as good. Carti is the leader of this new generation of rappers coming up right now as well. Kind of like how Thug influenced Gunna, baby. Honestly, I think Uzi was a father of the generation before Carti though, because Uzi blew up so fast. In 2016, he had multiple Billboard hits from Money Longer. I don't even know. All of the songs from Lil Uzi Vert vs. the World, like the original one. And just he was already just he was the culture of SoundCloud and the underground. So right now, I just feel like Carti is that. Maybe he's a little bit higher in juxtaposition to Uzi, like in relation, because Carti's like he kind of blew up in 2017-ish, maybe after that, because Magnolia was 2017 and he only had like one tape, whereas Uzi had like multiple. But that being said, like Uzi fathered the generation before Carti, as in before Carti's generation, which is this new like Ken Carson, Sofego, Yeet, Can, and all the other people who are rapping on like Slump Sixes, etc. You feel me? So I just feel like Uzi had his time before Carti. They're both goats, but he just doesn't have like the recency bias or hype that Carti got right now, since he's so fresh. Like I could see in 2-3 years. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm always fuck with Carti, just like I always fuck with Uzi. I'm gonna have my critiques no matter what, believe me. If Carti's starting to put out trash music or like mediocre music, because I don't think it's possible that either of them drop trash music, they're just that good, then I'm gonna say it. But like in 2-3 years, if Carti starts to fall off a little bit, dropping mediocre music, there could be like a new guy that takes that like cult like following similar to what Carti had, and that might be Yeet or Sofego or Ken Carson or Can. I think it's gonna be one of them, to be honest. Don't y'all think that? Uzi just need a breakout hit again. That is true. That's true. I don't mean they're gonna fall off, Uzi or Carti. I don't think it's possible at this point. They're like cultural icons. It's like Jay-Z, right? I didn't listen to Jay-Z's last album, like 444, or even if he dropped an album after that, I do not know. But he's still a cultural icon, even if his sales and just music quality ain't as good as it once was with all the hits that he had before, if that makes sense. Like Drake. I don't think Drake will ever get back to like Views or Nothing Was the Same. Like that type of album. That was prime Drake. Now I feel like Drake is like, yeah, he's still doing numbers, but like he's gonna start declining a bit, if you ask me. He's just, he's getting older. He's trying to do other shit, like create music. I think he executive produced or just produced a new show called Euphoria that me and my girl watch. It's actually pretty good. It's HBO if you want to go check it out. That's where Sydney Sweeney blew up, if y'all know who that actress is. She got Tiggo Bitties. Destroy is Carti. Okay, Destroy Lonely. That could be one of the next cult-like fan bases. Any of these underground dudes. Or there could even be like a new kid on the block that just like surpasses all of them. We saw how Yeet passed everybody within like a year. It could be very possible. Man, Uzi's still popping like crazy. He just be seen too much and be out too much. I agree with that so much. I think if Uzi did what Carti did with just not taking pictures with all these fans like every fucking day, there would be like people pass around Carti pictures like they're rare Pokemon cards and NFTs, like selling them for an Ethereum each. If Uzi just stayed in the crib, maybe that's not his personality, he's more outgoing and shit, but maybe people would still be doing that like they were before, when he was still like underground and the internet wasn't as developed. But now every time dude steps out in New York or Philly or wherever he's at, fans always find his ass. Uzi's doing side quests, bro. Literally Uzi's doing side quests. Jack will reach icon level. I love Jack Harlow. I think he could reach icon. He might even be that. He's like the white dude that like everybody fucks with, but like isn't necessarily an Eminem in the sense of lyrical rap, like classic white rapper, you know, but Jack is still swaggy. OPM artists need to stop using Carti's blueprint. A lot of them are acting as if they are huge already and don't drop for 4 to 6 months. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If they are getting clout every single day, you just got to go through the numbers. If they're getting followers every single day on Instagram, Twitter, they're going up in monthly listeners, on SoundCloud, on followers and listens, and then Spotify, and their revenue is going up every month, which I assume it is just because that's the way the algorithms work. Like when people find good music, it doesn't even have to be a new release. It just gets fed to people through like the new music releases, not that one, but like other different playlists that are algorithmically created by Spotify based on your data and just YouTube recommendations in general. So like if, and I assume that the label, Carti's label, because I know he runs it, like he's the face of it, but he probably got analytical guys in Interscope that are helping him out with running it and optimizing his artists and shit. Like I want to get into that eventually once I get more behind the scenes, because I can't be doing YouTube forever. I'll still hop on stream here and there, but ultimately I want to be like building bigger shit, like artists, based on like my connections, my marketing skills, knowledge. I mean, I don't even know if I got that, but we'll see if it works. And that's what this label that I'm doing right now is kind of testing. No updates on Ronnie. I don't know what she's doing. She's probably broke and just chilling at home watching cable like a dumbass. We streaming out here. Who watches cable anymore? I don't remember the last time I paid cable. I just get gigabyte internet and YouTube TV, baby.